Well, hi, this is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. Rain or shine is stamping time. And my watch says it's 4 o'clock and it's time for my fabulous Friday Facebook Live. Today, I am sharing with you a new fancy fold that I learned from Susan Campfield. I am really intrigued by it. It looks like this. This is the way it stands. It folds flat, so you can mail it, no problem. This is 5.5 by 4 1/4, so it fits into our envelopes very well. But it has this nice, kind of a honeycomb shape, she says. And you decorate the front, and then on the back, there's a place for you to write your message. So I made this one using the branching out stamp set. And then I used this one, which is autumn. Amber Autumn, I believe it's called. And on this one, I added the ribbon that goes in that suite over the brown. Kind of cool. And then I made this one with the Pines Snowflakes bundle, suite. Another Christmas one. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. Now today, I'm going to use products from the traditional Christmas suite. This suite is made up of two stamp sets, traditional labels, and here are the dies that go with it. And I'm using this 'Tis the Season for the card. The suite includes this large traditional wreath embossing folder, and it's really large. It makes a 6x6 card. And this card I ended up fussy cutting around the edges of the wreath so I could put the greeting inside. It includes these shimmery traditional sparkling sequins, which we will use, and this wonderful shimmer ribbon, shiny ribbon. What's interesting about this one is that one side has a gold shine to it, kind of a gold shimmer, but the back side is just plain. So when you're making a bow or adding it, you have to be sure you get the shiny side up. And the stamp set is this the other stamp set is this Christmas greenery. Very beautiful flowers and dies that go along with it. The dies cut out some of the images. We have the die that will cut out this stamped image here. Like that. And a die that will cut out this big arrangement. We have a die for the evergreen here. Have cut out the flowers. Couple of flower ones. This one will cut out the stamp. And this die will cut out the berries. And this one cuts out the leaves. So it cuts out most of the images, but it doesn't cut out the bow. This is much bigger. This bow actually, I have one here on my stamping table, is this big. And where's the other part of it? Let's see here it is. Like that. And then this little tiny square thing here is the knot that goes on the bow. Then it has holly leaves and some more greenery and a nice pine branch. in the die thing. Now, the dies also, oh, come on, get above there. The dies also cut out some of the designs in the designer series paper. Gotta put these all back before I lose them. There, I got all that. And this designer series paper is to die for. This is the back sides. Just kind of a general texture type thing. But boy, when you turn them over, look at all the shine. Gold embossed and beautiful flowers. Now, I was saying that these dies will cut out some of the images. This one cuts out this one. And this one cuts out I believe to get it lined up right. There we go. I believe it will cut out this. Yeah. Just have to get it positioned correctly. It'll cut out that one. Cool. So cool. So today, we're going to make one of these cards. Get my cheat sheet over here. I'm going to be using this one, and I'm going to cut out this image here. So I think I'll do that right now. I'm going to use this magic mat. I believe it will go through here. Yep. This is from scrapbook.com. And it's magnetic mat. They have this size, and they have one that fits into the large stamp and cut and emboss. And generally, it makes it so much easier to line things up because you don't have to tape them down. Excuse me. So we have that image ready when we're ready for it. I'm going to set these out of the way also. Okay, so we have a card base. Yes, what did I do with the card bases? I contemplated using one of the pink colors, but went ahead and decided to go ahead with the white. This piece is 4 1/4 by 5, and this one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we're going to score them. I'm using my iPad as a monitor, and it went to sleep. Oh, come on. Now I have to get back to the screen. Okay, on to the scoring. So we'll start with the 5.5 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score it at 1.5. Did you hear that? I just cut it. Oh man, I'll be right back. I'm always so careful. All right, so we'll score it at 4.5. Score. And then we score again at 4 inches. That makes it 1.5 inches this way and 1.5 inches this way. And we're going to make valley folds with this. So it looks like that. Okay, now this piece is the 4 1/4 by 5. And it gets scored at 1/2 inch. At 1 1/4 inches. Wow, almost did it again. At 3 3/4. And again at 4. So now we have a 1/2 inch, and we're going to make mountain folds here. So we have a 1/2 inch panel, and then we have the 3/4 inch panel, on each edge. What did I do? Oh man, Sue, let's do this right. Okay, so I did 1/2 inch. I did 1 3. I did 1/2 inch, and then I did 1 1/4. And then I'm supposed to do 3 3/4. 3 3/4. And 4. That's still not right. Do I have the 5 inch piece? Yeah, that's 5 inches. Okay, let's go from the other side. 1/2 inch. And then I need 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Okay. So from each end you score 1/2 inch, and then you score at 1 1/4 inches. There we go. So we have a shape that's like this. Before we put it together, I'm going to do some layering. This piece will go right here, and this is 4 inches by 2 1/4. And it's really pretty on this side too, but I'm going to have a flower sticking out there, and it wouldn't be quite as dramatic as if I use this one. Squared up, lined up pretty well. And then on the sides, these sides here, these are 1/2 inch by 4 inch. And I'm going to put them like here. This part is going to be glued down. So I'm going to put these on that panel. Hate it when they don't go down straight. Fortunately, if you're careful, you can peel them up and straighten them out to a certain extent. I guess that'll have to do. Okay, so now this goes into the other side. It's going to go like this. These flaps fold back, and when we line them up, we're going to line up this line, that score line, with the same score line on the back. Like that. It kind of helps to hold it down a little bit so you can see. So it's going to go on like that. You want it to have it as straight as possible on the top and the bottom. I'm going to bend it this way and put my adhesive on. Yeah, right. Fold those back, and now the trick is to get it to line up accurately with the other folds. And to get it straight. There, looks like it is done. So you get this honeycomb-like effect. So these other two pieces are going to be going down in here, on here. But first, we're going to have a stabilizer. Like Susan said, this does stand by itself, but if you have it spread out, it's not quite as stable. And we like to have things, I like to have things, and she does too, that can stand up for display. So before we go any further, I'm going to put a couple of pieces on, decorate the back. These are 4 inches by 1 1/4. I'll put this on my blog with the measurements. And I have to apologize. I had some issues with my blog. I think I finally have them solved, but the photos were not loading. And I got it fixed the other night. It was driving me crazy. But I think I have it solved. Because what good does it do to tell you how to make a card if you cannot see the picture of it? Okay, so that takes care of that. So we have this strip for stabilizer. We have this strip that is 1 inch by 6.5 inches. And we're going to score it at 1/2 inch and at 1.5 inches. I'm going to turn this around and do 1.5 inches. And then we go on down to 5 inches. And 6 inches. Okay, so we have 1 inch, 1.5. Okay. So this gives us a 1/2 inch, and it's folded this way, and then another, this is an inch segment, and at this inch, 1/2 inch, and an inch. And let me burnish them. Now on this card, I stamped a piece of white. I used designer series paper on the edges, and then I used a piece of white cardstock and I stamped on it. But I didn't put designer series paper behind it. On this card, I put designer series paper on the sides, but stamped directly on the cardstock. And on this one, I put designer series paper behind and then put a label on top of that. So we've got, for this one, I'm going to put designer series paper on all the sections that show. So these sections here are 7/8 by 7/8. Because the cardstock is 1 inch by 1 inch. So we'll put this on. That, and the center one is 7/8 by 3 1/4. I just love working with this paper. It's so gorgeous. Okay, so I stamped "'Tis the Season," piece of basic white cardstock, and trimmed it down just with a paper trimmer. And I'm going to put it across here. And you could pop it up with Stampin' Dimensionals, but this will probably go in the mail. And so I don't want it to be too thick. I like it to be as flat as possible. Okay, so now we're ready to put it on the front. going to put adhesive on this, on the two ends, the two flaps. Like so. And these line up. If you put this flat, we want the edges to match up with the edges of the card base, like that. And then we have it, helps it to stand. This is the way it looks now. So now we can put in these. Didn't put them in earlier because we have, can you see the flap here? It would show. So now I can put these in and just slip them down there. Like that. Like that. Then all we have to do is put on our bouquet. Oh, I love this. I think I'm going to use a little bit of multi-purpose glue so I can get the tiny parts anchored down. This card would have also, I think, looked good if I had used the pool party. Because of the bow. Well, for Pete's sake, you're supposed to stick to the paper, not my finger. I hate working with liquid glue. So our card is essentially done, but let's do some little bit of bling. What color to use? I like the gold, you can tell. But maybe a touch of the blue would be good. Let's try that. Okay, where'd you go? Maybe put one up here. Ah, of course, my finger. One there. I always wonder where the heck to put the third. Because we have four corners. So I'm not quite sure where I want to put it. I guess I'll put it over here. Oh, that works pretty well. And there you have it. A Honeycomb pop-up card. I'm going to use this often because it can work for anything. You can use it for a birthday card. I did. This one is a birthday card. Thank you card. Grateful for you. You can use any kind of designer series paper you want, or you can even emboss some cardstock and put that in there. And so I've got 2 Christmas cards now. Anyhow, thank you so much, Susan Campfield, for designing this. She said she came up with it, and I really appreciate It is such a fun design and not very hard to do. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will try to make the card. Like I say, I'll have the directions up on my blog, soggystamper.com. This video will be up on my YouTube channel, The Soggy Stamper, this afternoon. If you have any questions, you can email me, Sue at soggystamper.com. And if you need any of these supplies, my store is creationsbysue.stampinup.net, but you can go to my blog, and in the upper right corner is a Shop 24/7 button. Click on that, and that will take you to my blog. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next Friday around 4 o'clock for another Fabulous Friday Facebook Live. Bye-bye.